Papa Brad. Welcome to the iiRcadians, show for fans of the iiRcade. While you're here, don't forget to slam that like button. And why don't you subscribe to the channel? It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. Thank you. And on with the show. iiRcadians assemble. iiRcade's top games of 2021. iiRcade's top games of 2022. Welcome to the stream, BD7, Rainwater Games, Goofyfoot. What's happening, PD7? Welcome to the stream, Ritual Dello.
This is iiRcade.
Excellent. Welcome to the show. We've got PD7, Ritual Jello, Rainwater Games. Just chilling. Okay, I'm going to show a flashback of the iiRcadians Retro. I will be here. The chat will be active. And here we go. Retro on a Monday. One-way ticket to midnight. iiRcadians Retro Show. Today's theme, 80s games. What's happening, Chaotic DPR? Welcome to the stream. iiRcadians Assemble. One of my favorite episodes. I wonder if Jeff is going to remember who the special guests were. Oh, yeah. Let it rip. All right. Welcome to the iiRcadians Retro Show. This is Papa Brad's Gaming. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for coming. That was a great show, everybody.
Yeah, that was a lot of work. But yeah, I love doing the intros. We have a very special guest today. Tim's Tiny Arcade. Say hello to everyone, Tim.
Hey, guys. Glad that you guys invited me to come on here today. Super excited to be here.
And for those of you that are new to the show, this is a show where we discuss retro games. All the games on this show, except for one, were made in the 80s. Also joining us today is a close friend of the iiRcadians.
All shows.
Hey,
all games are of the 80s.
Hey, what's up? Thanks for having me.
Say hello to everyone. I tortured him into playing most of these games. He had some choice words for me, but once you learn how to play them, they can be pretty fun.
Shout out to
Dave. And we have Jeff Rainwater, who's probably not played any of these games. Have you played any of these games, Jeff?
I was also made in the 80s. So.
He just showed up. Wait, he showed up. I don't know what he's doing here.
I show up and they're like, this is like retro games, right, from the 80s. And I'm like, oh, am I in the wrong place? And they're just like, you can hang out anyway. So I'm like, okay.
Anyway, we got a ton of cool people here. I like to say Nix, Mitchell B, always awesome. Welcome to the show. This is a very chill, mellow, kind of chill and chat kind of show. Of course, everyone knows me. I'm Papa Brad. I am iiRcade's biggest shill. Why do I have the crazy intros? Because we have some great games right now on iiRcade. We have done a pretty good job at switching that narrative to there are no games to play to, well, you could play these games on Switch. Well, so what? We don't care. We're playing them on an arcade. That's what we want. That's where we want to play them. But we did a good job at switching that narrative.
Except for a couple hundred. But besides those couple hundred, there are no good games.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, in case you didn't know, on the iiRcadians channel, we have every game that is available currently on the iiRcade in a stream called the iiRcadians Present. You can watch those videos. They're fun to watch, but we basically have big panels where we talk about every game that came out on iiRcade.
up till now. If you're new to the show, we got to talk about ground rules. Yep.
Is
Lots of
this
rules
where we
on
have
this
to
show.
disclose? I've gotten free games from these guys before.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
I got a free game.
I'm biased. I'm biased.
Everyone except for Dave. Dave, they don't like you. I'm sorry, but the rest
Dave
of us
is the
got a
only
game to
honest
play.
opinion on this panel because he's never
Yeah.
gotten anything for free from iiRcade. So when we
Yeah.
give our opinions, we'll just say, Dave, what's the truth?
And
buddy?"
this is a
I keep
really
that
great,
legit.
He
great
keeps
honest
us legit.
comment from Ritual Dello. A ton of games are multi-platform, and it's all about the experience, and that's 100%
Well
true.
said.
And I get put in a box as the at games. I mean, as the iiRcade guy, but I love at games. I have arcade one-ups. I mean, I just like home arcade. I like games, and that's what I'm here to talk about today: is games, playing games, specifically retro games. And I did make a slide for this, so just be patient. We are the most amateur show on YouTube. I pride myself on that. I do not want to become a YouTuber. That would kill the charm. Okay. iiRcadians Retro. This is a new show. This is only the second episode. The first episode was a very soft launch. Hardly anyone knew it was going to come on. This show, we're going to talk only about retro games. Mostly all games on this show are in the 80s, but the games will be mainly from the 80s and 90s, pretty much up to the year 2000, but nothing cross that with very few exceptions. We're going to talk a lot about how to play some of these retro games because there's some of these games, they're not intuitive. I mean, like you'll play the game and you just won't know how to play it. And we're going to at least pick one classic retro rad game, a rad game that we think is above all the others. This is a very mellow, chill and chat format. And I will give, I will give you a warning too. If you get out of line, I mean, the chat's going to be friendly. If you can't be friendly, you can't be here. That's it. It's going to be a simple format. And we got someone new, Chris. Chris, welcome to the show. Glad you're watching. Okay, so let's go to the first game. You know what? I already messed up. But we'll go to the first game.
Amateur.
Amateur.
I thought you were a YouTuber.
Sorry, I was supposed to play this
Come
I was supposed to play this before we came on, but I think it's pretty funny, so I'm just gonna play it now.
Star Trek will not be presented tonight, so that we may bring you the following special program.
Now, a special program in living color on NBC.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was special.
Wow.
That was supposed to play before we came on, but it's just too much.
That
There's too many
voice
things.
reminded me of like Masterpiece Theater from
Yeah,
Too much-
exactly.
I have too much in my stream yards to handle all
feel
this.
old.
Let's see.
You
Oh,
guys
we
are
got
gonna make me feel old. You're supposed to make me feel young. I'm like, I'm gonna go in
Ooh,
here
we
with
got a
all
super
these guys
chat.
that are like 60.
we got a
years
super
old.
chat. Can you read
Oh,
that,
nice.
Jeff? Make yourself useful since you haven't played any of these games.
I can't. I literally can't read it. There's no text there. Come on,
Oh,
Ichabod Crane. It just says
Ichabod Crane,
$1.99.
super chat for $1.99.
Yes, I will read it.
Thank
He
you.
says
We appreciate that.
Super chat.
He says $1.99. Thank you.
Pretty
Thank
sure
you.
he just said Jeff is amazing and
Uh-huh.
yeah, something along those lines. We'll figure it out. It's translated.
Okay.
It's like another
Um,
language. Sure.
Who has had a chance to play Pop Flamer?
I have.
What did you think of it, Dave? I just want to get some We'll go Dave, then we'll go Tim.
It's tough. It's
It is a
really
tough game.
Like the frogs come through the floor at you.
The frog can go through anything. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of you need the restrictors for that one, those gate restrictors, or a
the
switchable,
four-way.
a switchable. Yeah, the like the one that you have, Brad, the button
Exactly.
one. Because a lot of these retro games, playing them with an 8-way is just very rough. But once you get into the patterns of or find a pattern that you like to kind of crush those balloons, it's pretty cool. And I was having fun.
Okay. Yeah, I'm listening.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're just gonna pop that up. Okay.
Throw him off there.
Go ahead.
Amateur.
Sorry. Yeah, I just need to get the video.
I thought it was really cool. You can actually use your fire to get multiple enemies at the same. So if they stack up, when you hit the fire button, it'll burn them all.
Okay.
But
awesome.
I was wondering, and maybe Brad, why is it different amounts of when you turn red? It's different amounts of guys that eat you up, that you can eat up.
I think it's the proximity, how close they are to you, as far as how many guys you can actually get in your mouth when you finally drink the potion. What do you think of this game, Tim?
I enjoyed it. Now, I didn't play on the 4-way. My brother actually has it on his iiRcade. He bought it, and I played it. It is a tough game. And I'm going to purchase it because I saw your video. They do have leaderboards on there now. And if anyone watches my channel, I love the leaderboards. So I don't own it myself. My brother has it on his, so I played it, and he lives in the same town. So it's a tough game, and I'm glad that they put leaderboards on there because it's a fun game.
It's awesome, and Papa Brad is in number 1 right now.
There you go.
112,000.
Because you're the only one playing it.
I'm the only one.
There's like 4 people on that leaderboard, Brad. Come on now.
Yeah, I know. This game is.
Hey, after I did, I might be up there.
It needs to get some love. It needs to get some love.
I will download and play this game just because I feel bad that the leaderboard is so empty.
It's so empty.
Yeah.
You added those here like in the last month or so, I think, though, didn't I?
I have a chance, is what you're saying.
You have a chance. This is a game you need to check out. Okay.
Exactly.
So let's
Nick's
check out
on
Pop
there?
Flamer. Let's check it out.
Oh, good. This is what I need.
This is Papa Brad coming at you to talk about the new game, Pop Flamer, available now on the iiRcade. Pop Flamer is an arcade game developed by Jaleco in 1982. In the game, the player controls a mouse armed with a flamethrower who must pop balloons while avoiding enemies. In my research, I came to the realization that this game was one of the games that was featured on the awesome show Starcade. So let's take a quick little look at that. Here's an interesting clip I found on the game Pop Flamer. Let's check it out.
Let's see if you can pick a game that you're good at. Well, let's try Pop Flamer. Pop Flamer it is, and we will ask Kevin to tell us about that. This is one hot mouse. He's Pop Flamer, spewing flames on the pursuing monsters, popping balloons to replenish the fuel, especially the laughing balloons, since they give him the power to shoot further. Drinking the power drink, he changes to Super Mouse, swallowing all monsters in pursuit. Little frogs don't hurt, but they are a nuisance to be dealt with, and the electroshock thrown out by the dragon is definitely to be avoided. Pop Flamer is one hot game. Okay, Kevin, thanks. Roger, I don't know about you. I'm afraid to go in there. Yep. Wipe us out. All right, now, just remember, you can change into Super Mouse if you get down and drink the drink. You see at the bottom of the screen, and then you can destroy everything and get extra points, okay? Okay, let's get ready.
Okay, so you're hearing the strategy. Go and drink all the drink, and you can change into a Super Mouse where you can get all the enemies. Let's see how he does.
Before we do that, let's check and see right now on the iiRcade leaderboards live with Papa Brad. Number 1, Papa Brad is still the champion. 112,200 points. Come on, come get me. What are you waiting for? In number 2 spot on this stream right now is Goofyfoot. Maximum respect. This game gets hard. Sacro is in number 3. I'm sorry, Corrupt Neuron, then Sacro. Brooklyn Menace, right below the top 10 in 11. In 10 is Herb Wars. This is an excellent game. Check this one out.
Okay, let's get ready. You have 50 seconds. You ready? Get set. Play. Here you go. You have the flamethrower if you want to use it.
I think I'm gonna do a lot better than this guy.
There's the drink. Don't forget to use your flamethrower. 39 seconds. Here we go. There it is. You're gonna need to replenish it. Ooh, you're gonna need more flame. Alright. Good, that's a good shot. 15 seconds. Wrong direction, Roger. Oh, I think you got bummed out before your time was up. Yeah, 600 points though, and well, we'll see how Gary does. Okay. Good. You head on back. Come on, Gary. Now turn around there, Gary, please. On Pop Flamer, he got 600 points.
Who's gonna win, Jeff?
I don't know. Maybe ever do better.
Kid, of course.
It's gonna win.
Not the old guy. Like, I mean, 50-year-old
He's got
guy.
his flame off way
Retro
too
games.
early. Way too early. Amateur.
Okay, good luck to you. You have 50 seconds, Gary. Get ready. Get set. Play. There you go.
He's always right.
Okay, don't forget your flamethrower if you want to use it.
Always drinking it.
Pop those balloons down in there. You almost got him. There.
Oh!
Get him? No, he got you. Use your flamethrower to destroy those monsters. 30 seconds to go. Flamethrower. Going down. See if you finish that breakup. Can you finish it off?
Drink it up. Drink it up.
And good shot. Okay, you got another one coming up. About 10 seconds. You only get some extra points here. Let's see. That's a direct 1,100 points. Okay, Gary, congratulations. Head on back there.
What did he win?
We are going to total up all the scores now. Both of you had a chance to play Congo Bongo and Pop Flamer. One of you now is going to play for a very special prize. So as we total up the scores for both games, we'll see who gets to play the name of the game forward.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Like, we're going to be talking about Congo Bongo. We're going to be talking about Pop Flamer. I mean, how appropriate is this? We are reliving
What
the
show?
Starcade.
I've never seen this
Starcade is
before.
now.
Starcade
is now. dude.
1,480.
Starcade is now.
Gary, you have.
Was I like 2 years old when this show aired?
Come on over here, Gary.
Congratulations, Gary. So there was a quick
Gary is
little
now
clip
83
of, Pop
years old.
Flamer. Nice little retro clip. We're going to take a look at the game now on the iiRcade, and it's time for Papa Brad to show you the game, explain how it works, and give you a quick. Now, this is a game you have to learn how to play.
Let's go over the rules.
Listen to the rules
of Pop Flamer. Operate the Pop Flamer with the joystick to crush balloons, avoiding or burning up monsters. Be careful, if hit by the electroshock wave emitted by Haradon, Pop Flamer will be paralyzed for a while. Flaming distance comes to be shorter gradually. You can replenish your fuel supply by crushing balloons. That's important, so to replenish fuel, you crush balloons. Throw a flame to exterminate frogs if blocked by them. Get to the power drink to charge up to Super Mouse and swallow monsters nearby. Super Mouse is never beaten by monsters. Pop Flamer disappears if touched by the monsters. Points. After a clearance of 2 patterns, higher points are awarded. So you got different points. The different monsters are 200. 500 points for drinking the whole drink, 300 points for a standard balloon, and a balloon with a happy face on it is 1,000 points.
Okay, let's check out the game now in
those
action.
are the basic rules of Pop Flamer.
Here we go.
Let's get started. Okay, I'm going for a high score run. Playing this game, Pop Flamer on the iiRcade. First thing I always like to do, drink all the drink and turn into the Super Mouse.
There you go.
That'll clear a bunch of the enemies, get you down at the bottom.
You get a few seconds where you can run fast after you've drank the super drink. Notice the pattern I use. I go back and forth. Avoid Barney. Purple. Barney, the purple dinosaur. He does have a ray he shoots out. The ray doesn't kill you, but it does freeze you.
The frog
And
can go
getting
through
frozen
things,
can
too,
be the
for
kiss
no
of death
reason
in
at
this
all.
game.
He can just randomly go through.
You'll notice I'm working the pattern. I'm going to go for the second super drink. Drinking up. Going to turn into Super Mouse again, hopefully. Nope, I got greedy. And that's one of the cool things about the super drink. It's slow. You can hold the button down and it will continue drinking. Let's see if I can still make an attempt at the highest score. I lost a man early, which is a bit disappointing. Using my flamethrower just to be safe. This is a game that lends itself to using the Uplay 4-way adapter, which allows the joystick to only move in 4 ways. This is a 4-directional game. You'll notice I'm using the pattern. I'm using the warps to go back and forth. There's Barney. He's shooting out his freeze ray. Nice use of the flamethrower. Nice use of the flamethrower to clear the enemies. 1 life left. I got a long way to go to get on the high scoreboard. I'm going to have to do great on the second screen. We'll see how I do. Start off, I'm clearing away some of the balloons in the middle. Using my flamethrower. Hardest part to clear in this is the middle section where the enemies come out of that little gazebo. Heading up. Gonna go for drinking the super drink. Kill off that enemy. Hold down the button. Gulp, gulp, gulp. I think it takes 5 gulps. Frog would have killed me if I wouldn't have moved. There we go. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
That puts me at 15,000. I am now on high score. I'm in high score level. And this game is brutal. 17,500.
Yeah.
This is a challenge. See if you can beat the score. Let's check out how I did on the leaderboards.
Flex.
Pop Flamer. Hit Z to see the
now I can
leaderboards.
get way
And look,
further.
I'm in number
I get way
1.
further. I get way further now. I went from that to 112,000, so I got a lot better.
If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the
Yeah,
channel.
whatever.
Hit that
We're gonna talk
thumbs up.
about.
Madden for CBS Video Games. I've got a great money back offer for you. But first, watch this exciting competition in the CBS Video Games Challenge of Champions.
Can you wait?
Today's challengers, arcade aces, Tony Sarkis against Ray Johnson. The game, Wizard of War, new from CBS Video Games. The object, defeat the wizard, his henchmen, and your opponent. Tony hits one. He misses Ray. Ray fires at the wizard. Wizard zapped Tony. Ray Johnson wins. Wizard of War, new from CBS Video Games.
Are you up to the challenge?
You've seen how challenging Wizard of War is. Now we'll bet your money back that Wizard is tougher than you are. Buy it, and after 3 days, if you think otherwise, return it to your participating dealer with your receipt and get your money back. How can we make this money back offer? Because we know how tough this game is. But maybe you're not up to the challenge.
That's
Offer
awesome.
is
Wow.
1983.
How cool is that? And that brings us to the next game we're going to discuss. Technically already breaking rules on the second show, but this game is just too important not to talk about it. Wizard of War was a classic arcade game, but there's a game coming to iiRcade. It's dropping this Friday called Wizard of Walls. Jeff, you made a video on Wizard of Walls. What did you think of that game?
Well, let's bring on John Madden to talk about Wizard of Walls.
We can't have, well, he's talking about Wizard of War, but this show is retro.
No, it is
that commercial, that gives you an idea. That commercial came from the time that Wizard of War was still in arcades. So that gives you an idea of the history. And that part of the show is to teach people and to show actually things from the time period that these games were released in. So you get a frame of reference. I think that's kind of going to be part of the fun of the iiRcadians retro.
I think he said that offer ended, did he say January of 1983?
I think so.
Yeah.
I would have been 4 months old.
That's 9.
So yeah, there you go. No, I did play Wizard of Walls. I actually didn't play the original. Is Wizard of War on one of these arcade one-ups? I thought it was.
Wizard of War is
It's
on
on
the
the
Defender
Legacy.
Partycade.
Oh,
That's
okay.
That's where I
And the
played
Midway
it. And
Legacy.
I also have it in Maine. That's where I got the footage.
Is it on my
that I played
Midway
back in Maine.
Legacy? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I played it on there. I don't know. I thought I'd seen it somewhere.
That was John Madden. Yes. Star power here.
CBS made that
Hey, Mark,
game.
look who we got. Mark Streed. Welcome to the stream, Mark Streed. We got a
Mark.
celebrity. Awesome.
Mark is the man.
He is the man.
I did play Wizard of Walls, which is the new version of it. I like when they take these old games and they kind of like remake them. Oh my god, I'm big.
Yeah,
and they remake them and modernize them because they do cool stuff with them. They add more. They improve the graphics. They add more sound,
sound,
and gameplay stuff. But I don't know about the original, but I'm having a blast with
this
new
remake is cool. And also, Tim, did you
This
get a
Friday.
chance to check this one out?
Yeah, I played it this afternoon. Awesome game. Can't wait to try it 2-player also. I want to try that out, but a little different than the original one because this is an 8-way game where I think Wizard of War was a 4-way.
You
And
can
the
shoot
sound
diagonally,
is
but
amazing. Love the sound.
still the rules of Wizard of War definitely apply immediately.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
played this game and I immediately felt at home. That's how I knew this game was for me, and it was a good retro modern game. Like
Brad,
there was no relearning. It was like almost instant. I felt like I am home. This is my game, you know?
Okay, so you guys have played this, except for Dave.
Sorry,
Dave hasn't played. What is the trick to? Okay, there's one part where you get to it where I guess it's the wizard. The room goes dark and the wizard like shows up in a random spot and then he runs for like just a few seconds and then disappears. And it says something like "Watch your radar."
The radar is around your character.
Okay,
yeah.
So
But I
there'll be
can't
like
figure out
there'll be a little dot near you, kind of showing the direction he's at. That's all you got.
Yeah.
It's hard.
And
It's
the
tough.
blue things, the blue power ups you run over make you go faster, and the orange power ups you run over make you fire faster.
Right.
Because when you start off, your firing is really slow. Like my first game, you're going to notice my very first impression was like, wow, it's firing slow. But you upgrade that as you play. Hence greed factor, which is one of the main things that all these 80s games have. They all have something in them to make you get greedy and mess up.
Yeah.
Wizard of Walls. You have choices when you open. Start 1 player, start 2 players. Leaderboards. Let's see where everyone's at. Not anyone on there yet. Oh, there they are. Got Mikey J leading up the people that have played it so far with 7. Bill's Retro Gaming. Good score. You've got single player or co-op play on the leaderboards. Options. Sound effects, music volume.
Little quick history lesson about where this game came from. I mean, this game is really a tribute to the game Wizard of War, which was a game made by Midway in 1980. This was the original game. You could see you're either a blue or yellow player. You shoot in a maze, you kill monsters. Some of the monsters are invisible. You work as a team to clear the maze, or you can work against each other, but that's no fun. It's more fun to work co-op in this game, I find. Kill all the monsters, and then at the end of the level, you have the Warlock comes out. If you kill the Warlock, you get a double score dungeon. Sometimes, too, you'll get the Wizard of War. There's the Wizard of War. We'll see if we get to see him in this game, which is a remake of the classic game Wizard of War. Can't wait to check this out. The screen goes crazy when you get the Wizard of War. So let's take a look at the modern remake called Wizard of Walls.
This game is based on the classic arcade game from Midway, Wizard of War. One of my favorite classic arcade games, made in 1980. You press the button to spawn. The blaster isn't as fast as it is in the classic arcade game. Enemies shoot at you. If you touch them at all, you die. That's the way Wizard of War worked, at least. I'm sure this is the same. Sounds fantastic. It's got a very cool retro vibe. You hear the thumping of the dungeon just like in the original arcade game. There should be a warp. In the original arcade game, there's a warp like in Pac-Man. Yep. The monsters speed up. Okay. And this monster I should have to hit twice. There you go. Love that music. That's exactly the way it is in the original arcade game. Level 2.
The old audio, Alex.
You hit the button to spawn.
The new audio is so good.
This game definitely has a retro modern feel. The single player maze is smaller. The co-op maze is a bigger maze when you play 2-player. It does have co-op. It does not have online. You can play 2 players locally, just like the real arcade game Wizard of War.
What's happening, Obsidian Contraption?
Where's the
Here
Warlock?
comes the Warlock.
Welcome to the stream.
There he comes. Oh, got him! Yeah! Killed the
cool is
Warlock.
that?
The Warlock is a bonus that appears at the end of some levels. When you get further on in the old arcade game, the Wizard of War will sometimes randomly appear after you've killed all the enemies. The way you come out is a little different. This game sounds fantastic. The thumping of the dungeon with the iiRcade speakers, it's great. It looks like the red enemies can shoot at you.
But the blue power-ups, they make you aim at what your gun fires.
Warlock's coming.
This is the perfect type of retro
Oh,
game.
he got
It's
me!
easy to learn, but it's
He got
difficult to
me!
master.
He's gonna
It's
try to
simple,
escape.
but it's addictive.
Oh, he got me again!
This is my first time
he
playing the game.
escapes.
I get my.
I don't get the double score dungeon. Yeah, this is definitely a cool game. I'm digging it. Now, the original game, you came out of like in the corner, you would come out, there was like a safety holding area where you could stay for a few minutes. This game, you press the fire button, and that puts you on the play field. You can't shoot their shots if they shoot at you. Oh! Game over. Let's see. Oh, I almost beat Mikey J's in first. Bill's Retro Gaming's in second. I'm in third. Not bad for the first playthrough. Let's try it again. Let's take a look at the 2-player and just see how it's different. Co-op. Okay, let's see how the co-op's different.
2-player has a bigger arena.
So in co-op, you have a bigger dungeon. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be awesome to play 2-player. I can't wait to play a 2-player. Let me go out of this because I don't have a second player right now, but you can see that the dungeon is bigger, which will make a big difference. Come get some.
Also, separate leaderboards
come
for
get some.
2-player. Completely different
Don't
set
make
of
me go for him. He's making me chase him. Oh! Here comes the Warlock. Got him. Wizard's coming. Yeah! Got the wizard! Awesome. Double score dungeon time.
Welcome to the stream, Brooklyn Menace.
Okay, so my impressions of Wizard of Walls. Excellent game.
Cheers.
If you like Wizard of War, you're gonna love this game. Let's see how I did on the leaderboards. 3rd place, not bad. Very good game, lots of fun. This has been Papa Brad with a quick review of the game Wizard of Walls on the iiRcade. What can I say about this game? It's great. Do more of this iiRcade. This is the kind of games I want to see on iiRcade. Retro, modern, great music, great gameplay. Strong game. If it had online play, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. Right now, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It's a fantastic game. You can't go wrong with this one. It's another classic, just like Donut Dodo or Galacticon, and it's up there in those ranks. So this is a good get for iiRcade. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. Do it. Hit that thumbs up button. Consider subscribing to the channel. It costs nothing to subscribe, and it helps the channel out. Thank you for.
Okay, blah blah blah. Well, anyway, so there you go. There you go. There you go. Incredible game. I mean, I can't tell you. I mean, I'm just blown away by this game. It's fantastic. This is the kind of game that I have an iiRcade to play, like modern, retro, redone, high quality, high production value, simple but super fun. And I know this is a retro show, but this fits right into that niche.
Yeah, exactly.
Did a video on this when it came out on Steam, and there was a comment on his video from somebody in the iiRcade community saying, "Why doesn't iiRcade get games like this?" And I went,
here it is.
I saw this, and I'm like,
There it is.
Here it is. Finally.
There you go.
Papa, I love your reaction when you kill that the wizard or the warlock.
Yeah,
I did the exact same thing. It's so exciting when you kill him.
I love it. I love it. And you know, the thing, this game, I feel at home. Like this game, like immediately I felt like I could play it because I know how to play Wizard of War. So this was to me just great. And poor Dave. Dave has to wait till Friday. I feel so bad. He's getting left out.
It's a simple game, but think about games like Pac-Man. How simple that really is. And when
simple can be good.
Simple games like that can be fun. Anybody can jump in and it's easy. Like hit this button to shoot, move with the joystick.
That's it.
Go.
Easy to learn, hard to master. And
exactly.
You know, we're gonna go from the awesomeness of Wizard of Walls, and we're flashing back.
Okay, we're going to take a little break right there. We're going to take a little break right there and show something a little different. We're going to show something that's happening right now as we roll into week 2 of the iiRcade Summer Games on Brooklyn Menace channel. Let's check this out. This Friday, play your iiRcade on the Friday Night Arcade Show. Summer Games Week 2. Go, go, go. U.S. Championship Beach Volleyball. Duncan Dream 95. And Bang Oh, yeah. Let the games continue. Week 2 of the Summer Games. So come hang out with us on Friday nights on the Brooklyn Menace channel, Friday Night Arcade Show. And let's go back to our retro flashback with a trip back to episode 2 of the iiRcadians Retro, where we only talk about retro games. In this episode, every game will be from the 80s.
To a different bygone era. Welcome back to the year of 1982. Let's do it!
Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, a great movie. Now a great video game. A movie which challenged your imagination. Now a video game where the challenge never ends. You saw Luke Skywalker battle the Imperial Walkers. Now bring the battle home. The Force was with Luke Skywalker. Will it be with you? Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back video game. For your Atari and Sears video game systems from Butler Brothers. The ones to beat.
Okay, so those are the kind of games. Those are the kind of games we were playing at home in 1982. It's time.
Hold on, guys, stop. What the
next
heck is a
game.
Sears video game system? Help me out
Atari
here.
2600.
I mean, come on.
Sears
We're
video
talking
game
flavors.
system.
Now we gotta
Okay.
do
That was
another.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Okay,
what is a
this
Sears
is-
video game system?
This is Japan Leisure Corporation's first game. It's their very first game. Did you go postal? Oh, Dave.
1 second. 1 second. 1 second. What is a Sears video game system? No, that's not it. That's an Atari Vader. One Atari. Gonna play with these Ataris. Here you go. The official. Look at that beautiful wood grain. This is the Telegames. Sold at Sears. This was the Sears Atari 2600, part of my 2600 collection. If you've not checked out my latest walk and sock, I find the ultra rare Atari 2800. I didn't say 2600. I said 2800. It's one of the most rare Ataris made. And I cleaned it all up. I worked it on today, and I'm proud to say it is now my main Atari in my Popacade. And I'm really glad to have it. What a great collectible to find. I didn't get it to sell it. I got it to have it, to collect it. But the Atari 2800 is amazing. If you haven't seen one, check out my walk and sock video. And let's go back to the action.
Dave's leaving the stream even to talk about Naughty Boy. Did you go postal playing this?
Naughty Boy?
Naughty
What did you
Boy.
think of Naughty Boy?
Oh dear.
I have too many
Naughty Boy or
Ataris.
Pop Flamer?
I like Naughty Boy better.
Naughty Boy's better.
I like Naughty Boy better.
Three.
I thought I'd like Pop Flamer
1,
better,
2,
but
3.
because Naughty Boy, when I first was playing it, I was trying to figure it out, and I'm like, I go out the one gate, and then I come back in the other side, and then I go up and I do all this stuff, and I guess I go to the top, and I go out of the gate, and it still didn't get me forward, and then.
Yeah, I currently have 5 Ataris, but then I also have I have some Atari flashbacks. I have a Retron 77, which is an emulator that's made just to run Ataris. You can put real Atari cartridges in it, and you can make a memory card that plays every Atari game ever made. But I do prefer playing on original hardware. So I have a Woody, I have a Telegames, I have a Vader edition. Now I have an Atari 2800, and I have the Atari 2600 Junior. But I show my whole Atari collection in that walk and sock. It's real easy to find. It has a black and white thumbnail, and I think it says Atari on it. But that's a fun video if you haven't checked it out. I picked up the Atari 2800 for $40. It's like $500 to $600. I mean, there's all kind of crazy prices on that console on eBay. But I mean, I didn't buy it to sell it. I bought it to collect it. So, but very cool story too behind it. I show up to buy this Atari, and the woman tries to sell me a Centipede PCB for an Atari Centipede real arcade game. It was crazy. It was an adventure, you know. Whenever you do Facebook Marketplace, it's always an adventure, but it was fun. I'm glad to have it. It was so dirty and filthy. I mean, I spent a full day. I took it all apart. I cleaned it. Did a full day just getting it up to where I feel like it's back, you know, probably as good as it was in its glory days. I mean, I totally went through the whole system and fixed it up. So glad to have it. It's now my predominant 2600. The 2800 stick does not play that great. Actually, the paddle is better than the Atari stock paddles. Man, I was whipping up on Kaboom earlier today. But that's the joystick. It's not as good. I still prefer the old classic one. But good question, Goofyfoot. He asked me how does the 2800 joystick play. The paddle is great. The joystick is kind of okay. I mean, a game like Asteroids, you still got to have the original Atari joystick to play it right. And yeah, quite a few. I think I answered that one. Okay, well, let's continue. Next game we're going to check out. Now, this game is a classic, Naughty Boy. 1982, retro flashback. The whole concept of this show was to make the show like a time capsule. So all the commercials come from the exact years that the games were made. Everything in this game was supposed to be a time capsule in this show.
You know, I was like, all right, I'm going to watch how to
based
play
on the years the games were made.
to shoot the castles.
Yeah. You got to blow up the castles, and that's what this game is about. Unless you want to cheat and you want to get the highest score humanly possible. And I'll talk about how you do that when we're done with the video.
Give us the
I will give you the lowdown. Oh, wait a
411,
minute.
how
Wait
to
a minute.
win.
Wait a minute. They found out. Look, I'm now just a bubble. Did I turn into the Amico police? Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Wait
You
a
did.
minute.
They came after
Oh,
you.
there. Wait,
Brad.
I'm back.
I keep
Okay.
leaving.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, this is the show where we show our face because we're not cowards. Okay, here we go.
Oh, shots fired.
Yeah, let's take a look at 1982, one of the great games that nobody knows about. And this game is a lot of fun, but you have to learn how to play it. There's a little bit to learn. It's got a little bit of a learning curve to learn how to play it. We're going to go over how to play the game Naughty Boy. This was the first game made by the Japan Leisure Corporation back in 1982. Let's check it out. And I'm going to make it where we can all be online. We all can make fun of the video if you want. There we go. Y'all can make fun of this game if you want. It's fine. My feelings won't be hurt, even though I am the winner.
This is Papa Brad coming at you with a retro review of the game Naughty Boy, a game produced in 1982 by Japan Leisure Company.
Yes, I have played this.
This would be their very first game. In this game, the player takes control of a naughty boy who must go through a forest and defend himself by throwing rocks at monsters. The longer you hold down the button, the further your rock is thrown. Here I am getting the question mark. The question mark gives you invincibility and you can run through the enemies for a brief time. The objective of the game is to destroy the flags at the top, destroying the monster's castle. Burn, baby, burn. On to level 2. Different kinds of monsters in the game include monsters, goblins, and robots. The monsters can't get you inside the blue box in the middle of the screen. However, a timer starts as soon as you go into that box. So while you do have protection, it won't be for long. Here I am in the box. You can see that the timer starts counting down. Hitting the question mark gets you invulnerability for a short period of time. Run to the top and start taking out flags of the monster's castle. The longer you hold down your button, the further your rock throws. Take that, R2-D2.
Uh-oh.
Burn, baby, burn.
Yeah, it's like, you wonder what kind of drugs they must have been doing to come up with this game. There's R2-D2 in it. You've got ghosts. You've got yellow things. You've got a dragon that comes out of the water. And you're throwing bombs and burning flags. This game, burning flags, yes. This game would never be made today. This breaks every rule.
Actually,
On
there's
to
a
level
remake.
3.
It's
Naughty Boy
called
has a total
Antifa.
of 4 different levels that you progress through. After every 2
And this is the
Look
most
at these
annoying.
characters.
This is the most annoying sound ever made, but I love it. This game is so retro. It's great.
What
Listen
is
to this
that
sound.
thing?
Listen to this. Ready? Listen to this. Crank up your stereo.
Two
Look at that red
rounds
thing.
are the even
What is that?
rounds. The player is
I can
rewarded
have
with a
nightmares.
bonus round, where the player flies in a blimp and can shoot bombs at the monster.
They're smiling at you.
Time for the bonus
This was an
levels are
upgrade
limited
from
by
the
the
Atari
amount of fuel
2600.
in the blimp.
This game is awesome. Give it a
The
chance.
game Naughty Boy, released by Jaleco, has a total of 50
What
levels.
is happening?
The game does allow continues as well. But when you continue, you lose all your points.
All your points.
Moving on
I
to
don't know
level
whether
3.
it's the coolest game ever or
That
this is
goes. What could be cooler than this?
Hanging out by the box. Remember when you go inside that box, they cannot get at you. Always the question marks are your friends. Use the question mark to give you invulnerability for a short period.
Is he eating the other one? Or
Using
what
the
is
question
happening
marks wisely
Look at them all.
is often the difference between
there?
finishing the
I
level
think they're
or
getting
dying
naughty.
the level. Burn, baby, burn.
Is that why they call it Naughty
To
Boy?
level 4.
I guess.
Level 4 of
How to
Naughty
use
Boy.
a continue. This is
You go in
level
that little
4.
box and hide,
This
too.
level is hard. The dragon
God,
pops
there's a
up. You just saw him
loch-ness
pop up out of the swamp. You'll notice that the goblins, you can hit them once and then they flatten out. You hit them a second time and they disappear. So after you hit the monsters the first time, you can run over them and they don't injure you. They will respawn. It takes 2 hits to destroy the monsters.
Good thing we have good sound.
You can see the dragon again in the swamp.
With the really great sound.
Does this game come with the LSD
This is definitely
or is
a
that
game that
separately?
This game is fantastic.
there's a lot to it. It takes a little while to figure out really what's going on, but it's pretty fun once you figure it out.
It's pretty fun.
The holding down of the button for how far the rock throws is a really great play mechanic, and it's really very rewarding. And the more you play, the more you get used to it.
Two for
I
one.
like these little
Damn.
monsters that have they're like they're the strangest looking
Hey, look,
sprites I've ever
look,
seen.
Look, we're burning flags here. We're burning flags.
We're burning flags.
Okay, wait a minute.
destroying
Listen for the
castles.
best video game
now it's
sound
yellow.
you've ever heard. Keep in mind, this is the very first game they ever made.
Another bonus round, level 4.
It's a rainbow balloon.
See the level and the
throwing
little flag at the bottom there.
cocktails At some kind of stingray thing that is very happy.
I mean,
Wow,
how can you be in a bad mood playing this game? Look how happy it is. Look at the happy faces.
Look at, I know, right?
It's so cutesy. And
I'm
you're
gonna
burning
have
flags.
nightmares about
I
this.
can't seem to hit this monster.
And the sound
At
is
all.
fantastic. Listen to this.
Not getting much of a bonus.
So you got like a timer, the fuel or something?
And yes,
My
the sound
God,
part
this
that
sound.
irritating for that
Man.
section.
Crank up
And
your
I'll warp
iIRcade
back
to 11,
to-
boys.
The forest level. So the 4 levels keep repeating, but the monsters get faster, and that makes them more dangerous.
Yeah, it's like lawn darts.
Okay. How much is this game, Brad?
I have no idea. It's worth every penny. Please get it. It's fantastic.
I have no
It's a
idea, but
must
it's worth
buy.
everything.
There you go. You go in the box. The monsters can't get when you in the box. You can't shoot. You can shoot pretty far. Look how far I can shoot by holding down the
You just
button.
hang out in there till you get kicked out. See, my timer's going out.
Get
Now
the
you
question mark. There you go.
And you're invulnerable. That's the time to run up.
Oh,
up
he's
to the
using
top.
the game peony.
Big points.
Kill R2D2.
Big points.
Kill R2D2.
See if you can get the castle one last time.
R2D2 fell over. He's like, I've fallen and I can't get up. Look at him. Help me.
Yeah, in this game, not only do you kill the heroes of Star Wars, R2D2, you also burn flags.
Oh, I got greedy. I should have just went for the
little
flags,
R2.
and that cost me the game.
That
I
cost
hope
me
you
the
give
game.
this game a chance. It's a lot of fun. It does
Fantastic
have
game. Give it a
leaderboards
chance.
now, so you can score chase
When
on
it
it.
falls over, the little legs go up and down like.
Does use 4-way controls. Okay, let's take a look at the leaderboards live. And number 1, still in number 1 is Papa Brad with 999,140. Had to be careful I didn't roll it over. Number 2 is Ranger 44 with 650,000. Alex Kohler Smith, also known as Ichabod Crane, hanging in number 6 spot. In number 9, am I actually beating Nix at a game? And number 9 is Nix. Punk Rock Dave in number 12. Those are the current scores in Naughty Boy. Naughty Boy is a lot of fun. This is a great retro game. Come check it out and take Papa Brad out. You've got to get me off that leaderboard. So come take me out. See if you can do it. So these are
You play restrictor.
these are the
using
restrictors.
this game.
My score landed me in 4th place. A cool thing to notice with iiRcade is if you look at the control schematic, it
Okay, this is super cool. If you look in every game in the
Thanks for
iiRcade,
hanging out,
one of the
Rich
cool
Aldello.
things they do that I never
Have
knew
a great
about,
dinner.
that I recently learned is that every single game shows you on the setup screen the directions. Like this is 4 directions. So you see it as just 4 arrows.
But
shows you whether it's a 4-way or 8-way control game. This is a fun retro game on the iiRcade. I know I enjoy it. This is Jaleco's first game.
pretty cool that we have it on iiRcade, the real arcade game. If you like this content, please consider subscriing to the channel. Okay, yeah. Okay,
now
so
the
that
second
was
player had an 8-way on it, though. Did you notice that? Could
That's
you
a-
actually play
Jeff,
it with the other controller?
Jeff, do you always look for a negative?
No, no. My
Always.
point
Every
is,
single thing I show you. I mean, you're not playing with that joystick, and what difference does it make?
But if you wanted an
No,
8-way, couldn't you play with the other joystick?
No.
No, it's a 4-way
You guys are like,
game.
just
Well,
shut up.
that
It's a
messed me
4-way
up.
game. Why would you
Because
play
That
it?
messed you up.
I was trying to do something with the other stick when I first got it. I was like, oh, it's 4-way.
What does the
over
other
here,
stick
8-way over
do?
there.
It's dual stick.
Yeah, Dave's still trying to figure it out. What do those 8 directions do? Nothing.
It's dual stick
Nothing.
with
This is a
4-way and an
four-direction
8-way.
game.
Every game is Smash TV.
Yeah, they
Every
work
game is
great.
Smash
They
TV.
From
work
now
great.
on,
Dom
every
won.
game from
Shooters
here
that
on
are
out will
dual
be a
stick
dual
now,
stick.
too.
The iiRcade will only do dual stick games. That was 1982's Naughty Boy, Juliko's first game. Tim, have you played this game?
I'm gonna pause it real quick. I have a question I can answer live. Hold on, let me get my high scores off. Let me get that off. Let me come back to. I can see what's going on. Okay, so Dom One has a question. Hey Brad, do those little plastic restrictors work good? Yes, they do. Here's what they look like. This is the one for the gold, but you can get them for the original iiRcade too, and they just snap in. Uplay Arcade makes them. And they basically turn the cab instantly into a 4-way only gate. They work really great. I'd highly recommend them. Just Uplay Arcade is where you get them, and they're a perfect fit. They have models made for the classic iiRcades and for the gold, but it's really good. Like, this is the easy way to get 4-way controls, and it just snaps in, really easy. Or you can mod your cab. Like, I put a GRS mechanical gate restrictor. You press a button and it switches the gate from perfect 4-way to 8-way. But that's basically a mod project. With these, you just get this plastic piece and it just goes right in the cab. It works great. So I just wanted to show you what they look like. Probably, let me see. 1 second. Put this back on for 1 minute. Okay, here are the ones. Here are the ones for the original cab. They're not gold, they're red. I think you can order them in different colors. These ones are red. And I actually have the diagonal restrictor and the 4-way restrictor. The diagonal restrictor allows you to play perfect arcade Congo Bongo, because Congo Bongo had a diagonal restrictor, diagonal joystick, just like Qbert. So you can play the most accurate version of Congo Bongo using this restrictor gate, which locks it into the diagonals, or they have a 4-way one too. But I think when I ordered them, they came as a set of 2. So I got the diagonal ones and I got the 4-way, but they work pretty good. The GRS solution is better, but it requires some modding. I have videos on it on my channel, but it requires a little modding to the cabinet, but it works great. So that's basically the easiest way to have good 4-way and 8-way controls.
No, that's actually
if
the
you
first
want
time I've
to
seen that
physically
game, but,
restrict it.
Since you got leaderboards, I may give that a shot. I bet that game's only like about $5.99 or something.
It does have leaderboards.
$5.99.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't give you nightmares.
It's $5.99.
Yeah. Speaking of leaderboards, here's my score. 999,000.
Again, I have a shot at the top 10. Is what you're saying.
Yeah. And these games are fun. I love these games. Please give them a try. Give them a try. There is a secret. What you do is you go in the very first part of the level. You go to the first area where there are bushes on both sides, and you just run back and forth. You use the warp. You got to use your bombs, and you just keep going back and forth, confusing the enemies. And that's how you can get pretty much roll over the game.
Wow.
Well, I think that box that you can kind of hide in, and they
It kicks
can't
you
get
out
you,
though. It kicks you
But
out.
that
after
seems
70
to be a
seconds.
really
like
good
90
strategy for killing dudes, right? You just chill in there and like throw your little like Molotov cocktails out.
It is a fun game.
Kill kicks you out.
Don't let the primitive look of the graphics fool you. This game is fun. I mean, I enjoy it. I mean, literally, I'm still playing it. I mean, I still keep going back to it, even though I've pretty much got the highest score I think I could possibly get. It's a great game. And
Do you think they got a modern version of this one out there, like they did with Wizard of War to Wizard of Walls? Is there a new
I doubt
Naughty
it.
Boy?
Look at this flyer. I mean, if that doesn't give you
Like
nightmares.
ain't
Look at
nobody
that
wants
flyer,
to try
huh?
and remake this.
I mean, come on, is that nuts?
It's perfect as it is.
I mean, the term's so bad it's good, but it actually is good. This is the game that I like.
It is. But you got to think though, like back then, it was like the Wild West for games. Right?
I gotta
so
look
they
now
were
and
like,
see if
let's
I
just
got
do this, let's just do that. Right? There's so much
Yeah.
stuff in that game.
Chris, I am a retro gamer. I literally have like hundreds of Atari cartridges. Like I like these old games. This is kind of something that I really enjoy. So like where some people will look at Naughty Boy and they'll have no interest. Like for me, this is my little groove that I love. You know, I look at that. I say, wow, those graphics are better than my Atari 2600.
Right.
When
I
he
love
says he's
retro.
got hundreds
I'm a
of Atari
retro
cartridges,
gamer. Hundreds.
he sent me a box of like 50 cartridges.
And it
He's
was
like,
my duplicates.
he's like, those are all triplicates and duplicates.
Yeah, right.
He's like,
but
yeah,
he's like, what?
Yeah. Everybody
Brad,
has
also-
combat. Everyone has asteroids. Everyone has berserk. So if you collect Atari, you end up having mountains of these certain cartridges that are great games. They're great,
Brad-
but everyone had them. So I mean, they're just like super common.
Brad
And
also has the Telly games, which is the Sears system.
That's
That
right.
they were talking about. It's like it's an Atari 2600, but they
Only
licensed
sold
it
at
off
Sears.
to Sears, and they called it Telly games.
I do have this game. There's 13 people on the leaderboard now, Brad. Now my chances are all ruined.
Look, you mean, play the game, you'll get on there.
Am I on there?
Hundreds of Atari cards. I no longer feel alone.
You are, Dave. You're
not
number
alone.
9.
This is the show. If you like retro
From
games,
today
this is
on.
the show. That's why we're doing the show.
Says January 14th.
Oh,
Dave
right,
is
so-
on the list.
Friday, I was crushing it.
You beat out PK Bullets, Brooklyn Menace, Mad Mike 25, and Silky Swanson. Those guys don't have anything on you, Dave.
Yeah, Dave has made it. Dave has made it. Oh, wait a minute. We have a special sponsor.
Uh-oh.
We have a
Sponsored
special
by Arcade
sponsor.
1-Up?
Arcade 1-Up.
Okay.
This one is for you. This one is for you. Enjoy Arcade 1-Up.
Play to win. You never lose. And 7-Up's the one you choose. It's a natural kind of taste. Nothing else comes near.
This video came out in the same year as Naughty Boy. This is what you were watching on television when Naughty Boy was in the arcades.
Only it can do. Nothing else comes near. It's a clean, refreshing taste. 7-Up, the difference is clear. Seven Up cools you. 7-Up suits you. 7-Up, the difference is clear.
This has been a collaboration of Stevie Nicks and Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Yeah, you like that? That's pretty chill. What a great!
I don't know, but I
commercial,
want
huh?
some
Does that
7
take
Up
you
now.
back? I mean, it's like a time capsule. This show is a time capsule. I mean,
That was amazing.
We're
but
going
where
back.
do you find this?
That is what you were watching on television, and now I'm really excited because I want to play this little clip, and then Tim's going to take over the show, and I can't wait to hear what Tim has to say. Tim, be ready. After this clip,
Okay.
Jason says I've had a Silky Swanson once.
George. Okay, here we go.
Congo Bongo.
Congo Bongo is coming up.
Say, a funny thing happened when I started to play Congo Bongo. Hey, these nuts are crazy. Who are these guys? Hey, fellas, let's not get carried away. Oh, no. Maybe I'll go for a swim. On second thought, maybe I'll go for a walk. Hey, lady, this is a one-way street. Hey, that's the guy I've been looking for. Congo Bongo from Sega. It lasts a long, long time.
Okay, Congo Bongo. So Tim, you want to introduce? Oh, wait a minute.
I just looked at the leaderboards.
There we go.
Congo Bongo.
Sorry. Okay, we got you. We got you full screen. Okay, Tim, tell us all about Congo Bongo.
So yeah, this is a game I picked up a few months ago. I know it's been out probably for a while. I was always a big Donkey Kong fan, and so I said I'm going to give Congo Bongo a shot. I had it on my Atari 2600. Always liked it on there, but I never had the arcade version, so I got this. It's got 4 levels. It's got just that kind of feel of, you know, you got to get to the top or whatever and make that level. It's got the jumping, sliding. It's just addicting, and I'm probably Donkey Kong's my all-time favorite game. This is up in my top 10. It's Congo Bongo now since I've been playing it. It's just that kind of a game, you know, very addicting. And I got a lot of work to do on the leaderboards, though. I mean, there's some good players out there on the iiRcade.
Absolutely. And we're going to show a little video that Tim did on Congo Bongo that I've got on the show.
Welcome to Tim'sTinyArcade.com podcast, YouTube. What the hell is it, Tim? What is it? YouTube, Tim's Tiny Arcade, boom shakalaka.
Hello, welcome to Tim's Tiny Arcade, and today I gotta go a little bit old school on recording for today's video. I do have a capture card, but the game I am capturing will not let you capture, and that is Congo Bongo on the iiRcade. It just restricts it. I don't know why, but anyway, I still want to do a video on this. I want to show you guys. The only way I used to play Congo Bongo back in the day was on the Atari 2600. I own the cartridge for it. And this is a pretty good version of the game overall, but the arcade's obviously, you know, a little bit different and a lot better. And anyway, I'm a big Donkey Kong fan. A little bit different than Donkey Kong, obviously, but you know, it's got the gorilla and throwing the coconuts and stuff. It's an addicting game, guys. I love this game. So I want to show you guys this game. Let's jump into it. All right, so let's jump into Congo Bongo. Let me go ahead and launch it. So 4-way directional. On this one, we got leaderboards again, which is awesome. And see right there, HDMI is like slashed out, so I couldn't use my capture card for some reason on this game. But anyway, we'll go old school on this one. Let me turn the volume up a little bit for you guys on this one. There we go. So the object here in this game is to scale your way up this mountain and try to get to the arrow. You got monkeys after you, coconuts, and if you can make all the levels, I think there's 4 levels, then you start back over and it's harder. So let me go ahead and coin up. I've got 14,900 so far, which is good enough to be on the leaderboard. I'm in the 40s. So here we go. Like I said, I'm a big Donkey Kong fan, and like I said, this is a little bit different than Donkey Kong, but the challenge is there like a Donkey Kong. Kind of got to time this, slide down. Now this is hard here. You got these monkeys. If 3 of them grab you up here, they will throw you off the cliff. So you don't... One's grabbed me, as you can see. A lot going on up here. Oh, I got to be careful. You got to come over here to this water, and you got to time this just right. Now I got 2 on me. That's bad. All right. It's taking a little bit longer than normal. There we go. Now I can make it up there. So there, I got to show you level 1. It's a challenge, kind of like Donkey Kong, and that's why I'm really enjoying this game. All right, level 2.
You got to go across this little island areas here. You got these snakes. You can jump them. You get on this hippopotamus if I time it right. And there we go. There's level 2. I'm hoping to show you all 4 levels. That's my goal here, guys, to show you all the levels. After that, no promises how far I can get. Now this level, we got some like rhinos that come after you. You can jump into these holes. You can jump them. Oh, see, somehow you get 1,000 points if you jump one and jump into the hole like that. Ah, one came from behind. All right, so hopefully I can make it here. I'm just going to try to get around them. There we go. Kind of just avoid them there. You got a bonus, which is nice. That'll shoot your score up. All right, so this is the last screen here. It's pretty tough. You got to jump on these, like this leaf here.
All 4 screens.
Take you up. Oh, shoot, I should have went there. And then you got to jump on one of the hippopotamus. I like to kind of go right, but they will go underwater. You just got to kind of time it. So I'm going to wait for the one on the right to come back up. There we go. Then we'll go up. Oh, shoot. I guess I hadn't been hit like that before. All right, so I got 1 life here. Usually I'll jump on that rock. Let's see if we can time this just right. I should have went, but I didn't. I'm not worried about the bonus time. I don't think I can make that jump if I went there. I think next time I can make it. I don't know why I like to go right, but I just do. I'll try to jump on the rock this time. Okay. And then you can jump on these fish and get your way across. If you time it right. And then you got that like those rhinos coming. You got to kind of time that. And I didn't time it. Dang it. But if you make it there, then you're done with the level. Anyway, guys, that is Congo Bongo. Let's talk about it just a little bit. I'll go ahead and put my name in real quick here. Just because that wasn't a bad score. But, you know, there's some really good scores here on the iiRcade. All right, so that was a look at Congo Bongo on the iiRcade. This is a great game. If you like classic arcade games, the challenge is there. And I know I didn't make it through level 4, but if you make it past there, then you're back to stage 1, and it's a lot harder. But anyway, guys, you can pick this game up, I think, for $9.99. I got it on sale last week for $6.99. Game sales are still going on, so try to, look on their website, jump on a game that you want, guys. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe. Until next time, guys, keep on gaming.
Awesome. We're going to replay it, but check out what I found. Check what I found.
Nice.
Wizard of War.
I've got that one too.
That, man. How cool is that? And this is the Atari cartridge for Wizard of War. If you were in the time when Congo Bongo was in the arcades, this is what you were watching on TV.
In the life of every warrior, there is a battle destined to be his greatest or his last. A battle that will reunite 2 old friends.
Commanding a starship is your first best destiny.
And 2 old enemies.
A little cock.
A battle between the Starship Enterprise and the Wrath of Khan. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Rated PG.
We had 6 on.
Genesis is my consciousness. A scientist discovered it.
We're talking about universal Armageddon.
A madman stole it.
I mean to avenge myself upon you, Admiral.
An admiral pursued it.
I need warp speed in 3 minutes or we're all dead.
They all wanted it.
They're on a build-up to detonation.
Now, none can escape it. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Rated PG.
Starts Friday at a theater near you. Check your local paper for theater location.
All the ads are in the exact time
in the time
of the games.
Came out. So like you could have came out of your movie theater after seeing The Wrath of Khan and played some Congo
Played some
Bongo.
Congo Bongo.
Exactly.
And one of the great things about Congo Bongo, as an arcade rat, which is what I am, I go to a lot of arcades. If you check out Papa Brad's Gaming, I have tons of arcade tours. But Congo Bongo is one of the few games that has a diagonal gate in the arcade game, just like Qbert. And with the Uplay adapter, you can actually play this game with true diagonal controls.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to play the most authentic version of Congo Bongo, you can get the diagonal control gate from Uplay, and you can play actually, almost perfect Congo Bongo. It's fantastic. And I just wanted to say that because it's very unique. Like
It
everyone's
is.
like, well, what would you put with Qbert? You'd put Congo Bongo.
Exactly.
I know Sega is a different company. Maybe that's a licensing nightmare, but there is another game that goes with Qbert, and that's Congo Bongo.
Brad, do you have the ability to show the leaderboards?
No.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
By the way, Tim, you did fantastic. If you've not played this game, I know Jeff. We talked about this game earlier, and you said you hadn't played it.
No, I played it.
Have you gotten through all 4 levels? This is where your nose grew.
No, this was
all 4 levels like Tim.
I'm gonna be honest. I played
That's
this
difficult.
one. I played it, and I was like, I don't have the nostalgia for this one. So I was like, I don't get it. Like, to me, it would just seem super easy. But I don't know. I played it. I was like, yeah. So I refunded it within the 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But then I did rebuy it during one of the sales. And now I have a new incentive to play this game. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because there is someone on the leaderboard named Punch Jeff.
Punch Jeff.
Punch Jeff. So now I have to play it just to get past that person. So whoever you are, Punch Jeff, thank you. You have reinvigorated my desire to play this game.
Punch Jeff.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, The Wrath of Khan is the best Star Trek movie, I think. I do agree. I still love that movie. And that's what you would have seen. That's on TV or at the movies. So at this point, we can talk about, let's see how many, let me go back to my notes. Congo Bongo was made by Sega in 1983.
Mm-hmm.
We have 3 games left we can discuss. Okay. We can go The Adventures of Robbie Roto, 1981. Or since we have Jeff here, Jeff, could you tell us about your eggs video? Your infamous eggs video that's on your channel. Can you give us a little background?
Robbie Roto is a great game, but let me tell you about eggs.
Tell us about this video you made.
Do you have it queued up? Can we show the video?
Yeah, I got it.
Let's see this. This was okay. Hold on. I gotta explain what this was. There was a YouTuber that some of you guys know if you've been in the community for a while. His name was Rev5. Put Your Quarters on the Glass was his channel. It's disappeared now. I don't know what happened, but he was really good at making funny commentary. And so I was on this other show, and we decided let's have Rev do some like fight scene commentary over me playing eggs.
This is a favorite on your channel. This is probably one of your favorite pieces of content.
It just worked. Like it just show the clip.
Okay.
Put your quarters on the glass. Rev5 here, watching Rainwater Games, bringing the heat to the street on a game called Eggs. That's right, a game called Eggs. He's running around. He's busting combos on little tiny circle eggs. He's busting chickens out of eggs. He's slapping spiders with chickens. He's hitting people with his eyeballs. He's walking around. He's like a little tiny red thing, circle, creature. He's got a nom-nom monster coming after him. The nom-nom monster continues. He's trying to kick the eggs into the nom-nom monster. He did it. He does it. He knocks the nom-nom monster out of there. Look at him kick those little baby. He kicks those baby chickens out of here. It's unbelievable. It's like Ron Burgundy getting his favorite animal kicked off a bridge on glass box of emotion, eggs being bumped left and right, little baby chickens coming out all night, nom nom monster's back, he hits the bug with his eyeballs, 2 times the bugs with the eyeballs. What the heck do the bugs with the eyeballs even do? Chicken, little egg chickens are out, little chickens look sick, look at the top, that baby chicken looks like it's got the Rona, can he get it out? He kicks it out. He's abusing baby chickens. 2 baby chickens are out. Look at him saying, oh no, the egg just spooted on him. That little spider monster spooted on him, and that's what made him look like that. The spider spooge makes the eggs, look at that. The baby chickens are sick from the spider spooge, and look at him kicking those baby eggs out of here. Those sick little babies got kicked out simply because they were sick. The eggs bouncing back and forth, knocking out those little tiny monsters. The nom nom monster's catching up. He gets rid of the nom nom monster. 2 baby chickens, 4 baby chickens are healthy. 1 baby chicken's got the Rona. He's got to dodge the nom nom monster. Going back and forth, Rainwater Games gets another baby chicken free, another baby chicken free, and a 3rd baby chicken free. He's still got 1 baby chicken down there with the Rona. Can he get to that baby chicken? He kicks the Rona baby chicken free. He breaks the egg open. Oh, both of those babies are tiny. He's got the little spiders stunned in the corner. The nom nom monster's coming. 2 lives left. Can he bring it down? He kicks those baby birds in the balls, kicks them out of the way. Unbelievable. The red little ball with eyeballs and a top hat, I don't know why a top hat, is running. The spiders are right there. He's kicking eggs. He's trying to get these eggs cracked open. He's got to get that last little baby chicken out of there with the nom nom monster coming after him. Oh, the spider gets a hold of him and eats him alive. 1 man down. Rainwater Games going up against it. Can he bring the flavor? He runs from the nom nom monster. The baby chick is ready. He's timing his approach. He knows he's got to avoid it. And the baby chick is free. Rainwater Games goes on to level 2. Put your quarters on the glass. Rev 5 here. Coming back. Eggs. Yes, eggs. We're calling eggs like nobody knows. I can't wait to call its sequel Eggs 2, Revenge of the Scrambled, and maybe even we'll play Ladders. Who knows, guys? This is amazing. Oh, he got squished in between his eggs. Dos huevos, no bueno para mí. He got squeezed in between those eggs like when you sit down too fast on the toilet and you realize you're 45 years old. Oh my God, he's cracking little baby chickens out. Look at the spiders going around, putting the chickens back in the eggs. The little crackhead baby red chickens running around. Look at the crackhead baby red chicken. He gets freed. He's got little baby chickens. One's got the Rona, and he's done. Rainwater Games is out. Put your quarters on the glass. Rev 5, we hope you enjoyed the game called Eggs.
And there you go. What a flashback, huh? I mean, what a flashback.
Oh, I don't even know what to say to that. Like the commentary, I don't think he'd ever seen the game played before he watched. I just like here's the footage. Do the commentary.
That is an exciting. That makes me want to go play eggs. That makes me want to go play eggs.
Yeah,
Eggs is awesome.
So, is it time to do this? Time to talk about a banger. A banger. We got a banger coming next.
Eggs.
We got a banger coming next. And
eggs and bangers.
This is a game that it doesn't matter what platform on. This is one of the all-time greatest arcade games of all times. And you know, it's wonderful that the iiRcade has the actual Deco cassette version that you would have ran into in an arcade.
I'm trying to figure out what game you're talking about.
This game is fantastic. Without any further ado, I bring you the ultimate retro game from 1983. This is the game known as Burger Time. Data East released Burger Time in 1982. They unveiled this arcade to North American arcades, besides popular games that were out like Pac-Man and Donkey Kong. Data East's Deco cassette system was used to run this game. This game machine used cassette audio tapes to load the games. This allowed operators to switch out the games without having to get a whole new cabinet. Unfortunately, just like audio tapes, operators found out that these tapes wore out quickly.
Burger Time was originally one of these deco cassette tapes called Hamburger. When it came to America, it got renamed Burger Time. Data East abandoned the deco cassette system shortly after its release, and by 1985, it was no longer being put out. They licensed the title Burger Time to Midway Bally. The game casts you as Peter Pepper, a hero who must construct gigantic burgers at the same time while avoiding the terrible villains Mr. Hot Dog, Mr. Egg, and of course Mr. Pickle. Enter the iiRcade with their version of Burger Time, which is the actual deco cassette version of the arcade game. When it loads up, you even see the load up that you would get if you were actually using the real arcade cassette. Let's check out some iiRcade gameplay of the game Burger Time in action. One of the great things about the iiRcade is it does save all your high scores on the machine. And we are off. Okay, Peter Pepper, you're going to go up and down the ladders. You're trying to trick the food items to follow you onto the buns. When you walk over a bun, when you walk over completely, you'll see it falls, and you're trying to stack up hamburgers down at the bottom of the screen. I think it's kind of fun to try to get more than one item on the bun when you do it. You notice that the buns fall further when you do that. I also used a pepper. The pepper freezes the enemies. And you can walk through them when they're frozen with pepper. When you get food items that appear in the middle of the screen, it gives you one pepper for each food item you get. So you saw I got the ice cream cone, I got a pepper back. It's also a great greed element. All great 80s arcade games have greed elements in them, which help you make choices which put you in more danger. Oh, that would have been a good one. But I didn't move fast enough. Mr. Hot Dog got me. I was being greedy trying to get all the enemies onto one hamburger bun. We're going to skip around a bit, so it's a little more exciting. Here I am, I'm about to finish up the level. I love the way he does this little dance. How cool is that? This game is one of my all-time favorite classic arcades, and it just never gets old. And
that's how I
this
dance
alone
too.
Is the kind of game that is worth having an iiRcade to play. Just bring your
Not
arms up
only
and
are you
down. Playing an awesome version of it, but
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
everything
my
just works
dancing
perfect
skill
when
level.
you play this game on iiRcade. I mean, how can you find a happier game? This is definitely a classic arcade mainstay. Never trust anyone that doesn't like Burger Time. I mean, this is just a fantastic game. I've never met anyone that doesn't like this game. And yes, it does have ladders, just like a lot of other great games. Each level in the game is more difficult, with the layout of the later levels making it easier for Peter Pepper to be cornered and harder for him to reach ingredients. So as you play the game, it gets easier to get trapped and caught by the food items. The game also throws more enemies at your way. Easy to learn, difficult to master. The mantra of any great 80s arcade game. Several sequels to this game were made, including Peter Pepper's Ice Cream Factory, an arcade sequel to Burger Time, also called Super Burger Time, is also on the iiRcade. The entire Burger Time series is on the iiRcade, as a matter of fact. Super Burger Time is cool in that it allows two players to play cooperatively at once, and Peter Pepper's Ice Cream Factory will have its own video in the future. There are 6 boards of increasing difficulty in Burger Time, with more burgers and ingredients, more enemies, and/or more layouts to make it easier for Peter to become cornered by the enemies. After the player completes the 6th board, the cycle repeats. The game is over when Peter Pepper touches a non-stunned enemy, and the game ends when all your lives are lost. The game Burger Time is not surprisingly the 4th most popular game in the iiRcade store. The game sells for $7.99,
And if you're missing out on Burger Time, you're missing one of the all-time great 80s classic arcade games that is emulated perfectly on the iiRcade. Be sure to check it out. If you like this video. Anyway, Burger Time. I mean, come on. Who doesn't like... I don't trust anyone. If you don't like Burger Time, I can't trust you. I'm sorry.
You're really good at that, too.
You know?
Yeah, it's awesome. I love
It's
Burger
a good
Time.
game.
Yeah.
You're really good at it, Brad. I have a question. Though,
Actually, I'm really sucking on it. Like, whenever I film, I do terrible. It's like, I don't know about you, Tim, but when I try to record myself, like when I'm not recording myself, I'll have an amazing run on a game. As soon as I try to record myself, all bets are off. You know?
Sure, yeah. That's what I say too. Yeah. So I do have a question. Something came up early in that video. The Deco. This is a game system that used
cassette tapes.
Yes,
for real.
I have never heard of this before. So what happens when the cassette gets to the end? Do you got to pause your game and like rewind?
No, it loads it all into the memory.
Just one time when you turn the machine on, it's like the old computers. It would load the game from the cassette tape into like I guess the computer that would run the game.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, like Commodore 64 and the VIC-20 you had a cassette. There was like a cassette drive, and you could.
The
save
operators
programs
thought, well,
and-
here's a way for us to bring in different games without us having to get a whole new cabinet each time we want to get a new game. But the problem is the cassette tapes would wear out because every time you turn the game machine on, it would have to load the game.
Yeah.
So
Well, see, I had a Commodore 64, and I remember, you start loading it, and then you flip the disc over, then you go have dinner, and then you come back, and it's almost done. It's like that was the but I never had a cassette tape thing for it. That's wild.
Yeah,
there was an adapter.
Yeah, I used to love Bruce Lee. That was on floppy disk. Remember Bruce Lee?
Yeah,
that was a great game for the Commodore 64.
And it had cartridges too.
They did have cartridges.
Because I had Gorf for.
I had cartridges on the Commodore
for that, and then you'd get a magazine, and in the magazine you could it had the program for a game. You had to type out the entire program. And then if you didn't have the cassette tape, though, you couldn't turn your computer off. Right?
I had a Star Trek cartridge, and one in a game called Magical Carpet or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Magical Carpet.
Old school stuff. I was a little kid. So what did I wanted to play? Reader Rabbit.
There you go.
Because I was a little kid. So I didn't play this. I didn't have the cassette player video game system. That blows my mind.
Your parents were buying your educational games. See, I had an Atari 400. While you were playing that, I was playing Missile Command and Defender. An Atari 400. So I'm sorry, Jeff. I feel sorry.
You were at like a Def Leppard concert, and I'm like in my diapers playing Reader Rabbit.
Quiet Riot.
Oh, that's cool. Awesome. Yeah, and the thing with these games too is they're kind of a product of the time period that they were in, and the last one that I want to cover for this show, and this was the final game that I wanted to cover, was a game made in 1984. This is a little bit more modern in the 80s. We were early 80s for most of these games. 1983 Eggs came out. This is pretty much a sequel to Eggs, and this game is called Mysterious Stones. Who's played this game out of this panel? Mysterious Stones. Dave, tell me a little bit about the Mysterious Stones.
It's almost like you're Indiana Jones, right? And you're playing lands, and you have to go through at least as far as I got, you have to go through a temple, and there's these like egg things, and you can kick and you can shoot, but you can shoot the enemies, kick the eggs move like that game Eggs. They crack, kick them again, and then there's stuff inside, and you pick them up. Right? There's like a staff. There's a globe. Then there's like a shepherd guy that comes up. Death comes up, and then this other ghosty thing that has a key. And then you shoot him, and the door opens, and you keep going through this temple, doing the same stuff till you get to a treasure room. And then you can get your treasures, and then leave, and then they appraise your treasures. Next level.
And
right?
Like what have like sometimes you might get 1,000,000 points, but you might get nothing at all.
Yeah.
Like zero. Absolutely zero. Like,
and all the guys
do all this, and it's like, congratulations,
You've got 0.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
And when you're presenting all of your treasure, like the treasure to the guys that are appraising the treasure, it's very reminiscent of like Indiana Jones being in the classroom with all the stuff out, and then like all the museum guys there, like like in that scene where they're like, "We're from the government. We want you to go get the headpiece or whatever." Yeah,
this is to me where the iiRcade shines, because this game was never released in the United States. They were going to release it in the United States, and then at the last minute they decided not to. But if this would have been released, we would probably all be talking about this game as well. But it was never seen in the United States, so. That's one of the cool things, is even though it's Indiana Jones, which, is very American, right? I mean, Indiana Jones, it was never actually released in America. And this game really needs a how to play. And that's what I did. I made a how to play video for the Mysterious Stones. So let's check it out. This is how you play the game. Have you played the game, Tim?
No, I watched your video on it, though. You did a great job explaining it. I had not played that one.
Okay. You can actually take your phone, take a screenshot of the map, too. There's a map that I put on in the video that shows you the pathways through all the to get to all the treasure rooms. Okay, so here's a video on the Mysterious Stones, and this is another one of those kind of deep cut arcade games that's kind of hidden within the iiRcade's library of games. This is definitely a fun retro game. Eggs is a little more simple. This is a little more complex. But this is the Mysterious Stones, 1984. This is Papa Brad coming at you with a review of Mysterious Stones, an awesome retro game available on the iiRcade. This game was made by Technos Japan. It was never released in American arcades. Here's a secret. If you kick the idol, you'll get a secret to help you find the treasure on the first level. This game was released in Japan in November of 1984. In the game The Mysterious Stones, you play the part of Dr. John, a character who looks an awful lot like Indiana Jones. Definitely an Indiana Jones theme on this game. The basic plot of the game is you play the part of Dr. John. He journeys to a series of ancient crypts around the world in search of treasure. In the game, you'll go to locations such as the Andes, Easter Island, and Egypt. Each location, you have to explore the catacombs, find the treasure room, snag one of the artifacts, and escape the compound as quickly as possible. Once you have the treasure, you're going to try to find your way out and then go to your biplane, and your biplane flies off. Your treasures are then basically sold. Sometimes you get a lot of points, sometimes you get no points. It's kind of randomized. Once you've done all 3 locations, your treasures can be combined, and you will either get a secret message or not get a secret message. And I'm not sure if that's random as well. I'm going to show you I did get the secret message in the game. Okay, I'm now going to go over how to play the game The Mysterious Stones. Basically, you have 2 things that you can use in your defense. You have a gun, which has unlimited bullets. You can use that to shoot the enemies. The bigger enemies, pretty easy to shoot. The smaller enemies, the ones that look like blobs, are a bit harder to shoot. Basically, in this game, you're going to go around kicking the mysterious stones and breaking them open and finding out what's inside them. Inside the stones can be a bunch of things. There can be treasure inside the stones. There can be special power-ups like an angel or a helper that helps block enemies that are chasing you. You can also get death, and death will chase you around the level just like in Gauntlet. He's indestructible, and he makes things more difficult for the player. If that wasn't enough, the rooms are also trapped. If you spend too long in a room, a trap is sprung and the room fills up with lava. You want to keep breaking the mysterious stones. When a mysterious stone is red, that means it has something special inside. There, I just got the angel, and I just released death. Fortunately, the angel is active, which freezes everything, so death will not start chasing me just quite yet. what you're really looking for as you go through the level is you're looking for the ghost, which has the key to open the door to the next room. There's the ghost. You kill him, and you get a key. You saw the exits opened up to the next room. The next room I want to get to is the chest room. The chest room is usually close to the treasure room. And this is the chest room. Basically, with this room, you want to get through it quickly. What you're looking for is the ghost with the key. The skulls don't get you any points. You basically want to break open the chest till you get that chest that has the ghost in it, and you get the key and get out. I believe the treasure room is going to be to the left of this room on the first sequence of rooms. So I'm breaking chests, just running around. Alright, I made it into the treasure room. Make a beeline for the treasure. I got the liquid. Now I need to make it out quickly to my biplane and escape with the treasure. The clock is ticking, and taking too long would have an unfortunate side effect. Basically, if you're too long in a room, it fills up with lava. And after you find the treasure, you have to get out before 8 o'clock a.m. If you escape with the treasure item, you proceed to a level where you'll get it appraised, and it can be worth a lot, a large score bonus, or it can be worth nothing. So, I mean, it's just randomized. And there you go. Let's see what my treasure is worth. What is the value of Dr. John's treasure? Ba-ba-da! 150,000 points. And Dr. John is on to his next adventure on Easter Island. Just going to show some highlights of Easter Island, and I'm going to show some highlights of Egypt. Let you discover some of the rooms for yourself when you're playing the game. And I am going to show what happens when you find all 3 of the treasures. Here we go. We're going into the Easter Island Temple. Going to continue kicking the mysterious stones, finding out what lies inside of each stone. Remember that when a stone is red, there I am, I'm in the treasure room. Whenever you see the skulls, that means that the treasure room is connected to this room. So the room with the skulls is the room that you're going to find. The treasure room is always connected to that room. So if you go through the wrong exit, go back to the treasure chest, the chest room, and the room with the treasure is always connected to the chest room. If you look at the bottom, it says that I already had the liquid. So this time I go for the solid. You have liquid, solid, and fire. 3 different things you collect. And we're off to our next location. This is random. Oh yeah. He's very happy. Another thing is he has a little bird that's on his shoulder. Sometimes the bird just runs off and attacks the enemies. It's a cool little thing they added into the game. You can't kick this stone in the middle, and it does reveal a secret. I forgot to do it on this playthrough, but there is a secret inside that stone. Usually the secrets just give you advice on where to find the treasure room. And here we go, we're continuing. Here's the treasure room in Egypt. I get my last treasure, fire. Make my way to the exit. I am going to play this game to high score it and get a number 1. That's going to require me to continue playing for several run-throughs after this first playthrough. So I'm just going to keep playing, but I'm not going to record all that. It's going to take a long time. Flying away. And let's see what I get for the 3rd treasure. And remember, all 3 treasures will be combined. Let's see if I can get the secret message. Combination points. Oh, yeah. Congratulations. We'll give you the message of the universe. And yes, it is the address of Data East. I don't know why they did that, but I think it's hilarious. It just gives you the address of Data East. That is the message of the universe. Here's some quick little flashes of all the times I had to go through this.
Hey, I'm writing Data East a
Actually,
letter.
high score this game.
I got their address.
Shout out to Blix, who had a massively high score. It took me quite
Literally
a while
took
to
hours
beat that
to play
score.
to beat this high score. Hours.
This game does get easier the longer you play it. My first playthrough was a bit frustrating because I had no idea what to do, but now with this video, you'll know exactly what to do when you play the Mysterious Stones. This is a great game. This is the kind of games I like to see on iiRcade. These are games that were arcade games that we did not see in the United States. This is definitely a great Technos Japan game, and I would highly recommend it. See if you can take my score out. I think you'll find it's a pretty good challenge.
There's the map.
If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. If you like the video, smash that thumbs up
the high
button.
score.
Do it for Dr. John. This has been Papa Brad reminding you to stay legit. And that was the Mysterious Stones. And here are the current high scores on Mysterious Stones. This is right now. I am in number 2. Blix is number 1. 149 million. I have 106 million. We got Alex Kohler Smith, also known as Ichabod Crane, in 3rd spot. Got Brooklyn Menace in 13th. Got pretty good competition on this game. Check it out. Mysterious Stones on the iiRcade. Great 80s game. These are all 80s games.
How many hours did you put into that one?
I want to say it was like 3 to 4 hours. I had to play it nonstop to get that high score.
Wow.
It actually took 3 complete run throughs, and one of them I got like that bonus where there's only one, like you don't get that every time. The bonus where you get the special message.
Yeah.
So like out of the 3 times, 1 time I got that to happen. But it's a really cool game. At first I was totally lost, but once you find the treasure, the room with the chests, the treasure room is always connected to that room.
Okay.
So just stay in that room and try all the exits till you get to the treasure room. And then for the most part, getting out's easy. You just go to the right for most of the levels to get out. But that's Mysterious Stones. Punk Rock Dave, did you play that one?
Oh yeah. I played.
You can be honest.
No. I played all.
Did you get completely lost? Like the first time I played it, I was so lost. I was like, "What am I supposed to do?"
Yeah, I was just grabbing everything. And then I figured I would find the right room that would do whatever, and get me there.
And then the ghost with the key, like, what's that all about? You have to find the ghost. The ghost drops the key opens the doors.
Yep. But all the time for me, the room was filling up with lava.
Yeah.
So you still can move around the edges. So I would end up I was like, oh, okay, I guess the room fills up with lava. And then it's like get as much stuff as you can before the room fills up with lava, and then you leave, right?
Yeah.
And then I figured out you have to get the key and keep going.
The game is cool. It's a shame it never came to the United States. I think it would have done well. It's actually a pretty fun game. But that was 1984's Mysterious Stones, Dr. John's Adventure, which is another game they have on iiRcade that I consider a retro game. It's a very deep cut.
So that the secret message that gives you Data East's address, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think maybe they had some kind of a contest? Like if you get the secret message, you send them a letter at that address and they give you something kind of like that game Tubin. If you spell
like the Activision used to do back
and like Tubin, if you
back in the
spelled out
day.
Tubin, it would give you some address and you'd write in and then you get a T-shirt.
See, today we call that doxing ourselves.
Doxing yourselves.
Back then, I'm not gonna lie. I wrote in a letter, and I got to get put in the New Kids on the Block fan club.
There you go. You're in the fan club. Congratulations.
As far as I know, I've never been removed from the fan club. So,
Jeff, do you have anything going on?
Apparently he doesn't because he's.
Do I have
Do you have anything going on?
He's in the new Kids on the Block fan club.
He's in the new
I'm,
kids.
you know, I'm. Yeah, I'm.
Yeah, this
I'm
is how we
hanging
do.
tough.
This is how unprofessional we are.
I'm hanging tough over here.
Yeah. By the
Dave
way,
got the reference.
good job on your video you did. I thought on your iiRcade video you did.
Me?
Oh, yeah.
Me? What are
I'm
you
talking to Jeff.
Oh.
I'm just loving some of these new games coming out. I know it's not like your retro.
Sorry.
That doesn't fit the theme of this show, but I love this new shooter that they got too. With you can build up, buy stuff in the store to make yourself more powerful, and it's man. I just wish I had leaderboards, but
Habroxia 2.
Yeah,
2.
awesome. Really good game.
Yeah, it really reminds me of like the NES shooters. It's so fun. It's so well done too. I mean, these games. I mean, they're really good games they're coming out with. I've been impressed with the last pretty much ever since they got the Toki and Cabal. They've just had a pretty good run. Like most of the games coming out are really good. I mean, what do you guys think?
Sticking and fun. Oh yeah, definitely.
Ever since they
out.
got the TAD Corporation games, and then they got the IREM games. They've had a lot of good games coming out.
I had a really good question this week. Came to me from a guy named Meatball Saucy, and he asked me this question.
Saucy.
He said, he told me, he said, "Do you think that you got your value out of the iiRcade?" And I don't think he was expecting the answer that I gave, but. And I said this from the beginning is when I first got my iiRcade, I had Dave's got one in the
Dragon
background
Slayer.
right there, that Final Fight. I had a Final Fight cabinet, and it's great cabinet. It's got I think we lost Brad there, but anyway, my Final Fight cabinet has 4 games on it, 4 good games. And I looked at that, and then I looked at the iiRcade, and I'm like, well, the iiRcade has what is it, like 12 games? And I'm like, these 12 games, sure, there's a couple of them that are like, throwaway games. But there were 5 or 6 games out of those 12 that I thought were really good games. And just for the money that I was paying on the Kickstarter to have a Double Dragon cabinet that had Beach Buggy, that had
Dragon's Lair.
several of these games.
Dragon's Lair. It had Dragon's Lair. I mean,
right there.
Look at that.
I mean, people right now are buying arcade one-ups that only have Dragon's Lair, right?
Yeah.
So I looked at that and I said, I think I got my money's worth out of this with just the packed-in games. And I thought, I know they've got this promise to have hundreds of games on some online store, and I said, if that never happens and they never get that, am I still happy with the 12 games that came on? And I said yes. And so I just don't understand the mindset of people thinking that you're not getting any value out of the. I got value out of it before their online store ever even went live.
Yeah.
I still would have thought this would have been a great deal for the 12 games that came on it.
Yeah.
So all of the stuff that I've been able to buy, the hundreds of games that I bought on their store, it's all bonus to me.
Yeah.
So of course, yeah, absolutely. So answer your question, Meatball Saucy. I got my value out of this a long time ago.
You got Meatball Saucy going on. I did a Habroxia 2 review, which I think that's a great game.
It is.
I did the Wizard of Walls review, and I reviewed the AtGames Legends Ultimate, which is a really great system. I think, to me, the AtGames Legends Ultimate and the iiRcade go together like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
They really, with those 2 arcades, you can pretty much play games as many as you want. I think they really complement each other well. And I literally have them side by side.
Yep.
There you go. All these cabinets complement each other. And that's what everybody wants to try and make one cabinet like we want this one to be like that one, and this one to be like that one, and this one. They all complement each other. That's what's great about having the variety of several different.
I don't want to be stuck with just one choice. I don't want to have just one choice, even if it's just iiRcade. I want to have a selection like Arcade 1-Up, iiRcade, AtGames. Because when you went in a real arcade, every arcade game looked different. They didn't all have the same form factor like cookie cutter. That's what an arcade was about. Every game was different.
I love when I turn
Walls
off my
comes out
machine gun.
Friday.
It sounds like the arcade.
Thanks a lot, Mark Street, for being here. You want to give him a plug, Jeff? He's got a great channel. Give him a little
Mark's
plug.
channel. He's a member of the Dice Tower, and if you're at all involved in the board game community, then you'll know what that is. Mark does Kickstarter preview videos for those guys on anything worth backing. He's probably got a video on there, and I have to say, and I'm not just saying this because I'm buddies with Mark, but his video quality makes us all look
go
so
ahead and
bad.
show. Go and show.
It makes us look bad because
Look at this. I got a
so
Sony
much
camera
care.
now. Look how clear I am.
No.
Come on,
I'm
Jeff.
not talking about you. Look great,
It's a
Brad.
Sony camera.
But I'm just saying, go watch some of Mark's like the editing that he does.
Yeah.
He makes cards stand up. Now I know his trick. I know his trick. I know his secrets. And it is magic. It's magic. But he makes cards stand up, and the camera, the cinematography, like every time I see one of his videos, it makes me want to back a Kickstarter board game. So, but anyway, go check out Mark Street. He's on the Dice Tower.
Definitely. We got some great channels represented here. One of my favorite channels, and really honored to have him as a guest, is Tim's Tiny Arcade. Go check his channel out. Drop him a sub. He has got some fantastic content. If you like, I love retro games, and like, I can't say enough good things about your channel.
Well, thank you, Brad. Thank you. I'm going to be doing a review of Wizard of Walls here soon. That's what I got coming up. And I'm also building a like a driving simulator for my Xbox. So I got that coming up here soon.
So welcome to the show.
But yeah, that's what I got going on coming up, and hopefully we keep getting these games every week from iiRcade because I love reviewing them myself.
I do too. I mean, I like the games they're bringing to us, and
exactly.
I don't care what anyone else says. I'm enjoying them. I mean, they speak to me.
They're
I
fun.
like them. Say that again. Say that again, Dave. What are they?
They're fun.
Are they fun?
They're fun.
They're fun.
It's
Are you
all
serious? Why? How dare? How dare?
I know,
how
really.
Dare,
How dare I be
dare us
positive
like
about
fun
it, right?
Games. I mean, these games are fun.
Hold on.
Don't do it! This was fun! No!
Fun. It's fun. Don't do it. It's fun.
I will say this: Michael B, the Game Genie, who's well known for buying cabinets for their looks, was playing the iiRcade the other day on stream live.
Yeah,
he was having a good time, and I was like,
Michael B. I love that guy. That guy is awesome. He's a really cool guy. I love Michael B. He's a good guy.
I thought it was cool. He was really getting into the how do you say it? Hybraxia 2 or
Hybraxia 2?
Yeah. He was playing that, and you can tell he was having fun.
Yeah. Terrible game name. Great game. It sounds like a medication.
Right?
Medication.
Sounds like something that a politician would tell you to ingest into your system.
How about you need some Hybraxia too?
Right? Consult your doctor.
Sound like a shooter. I mean, bad name, great game. Bad name, great game.
This show, and no one on it endorses putting Hydroxia 2 into your body in any way, shape, or form.
Yes.
Or Hydroxia 1.
Hybraxia 2 is crispy bacon.
God damn, that's crispy bacon.
It is crispy bacon.
You got all this stuff loaded up. You guys, Brad messaged me like the other day. He's like,
I've maxed.
I can't fit anything more in StreamYard. I've got it full.
You can have 100 clips in StreamYards, and this show takes a long time to produce because of all the clips. But you can have 100 clips, and I've maxed it out. I have to like remove things to do a show. Anyway, I would like to thank everyone for coming on. I really appreciate everyone here that came here. Dave is not a YouTuber, but I mean, I talk to Dave almost every day. We have a very wonderful community, and Dave is part of that. And you can see Dave's name on all the leaderboards. So I'm so glad you joined us, Dave.
Thank you.
He has a great home arcade. Dave is an arcade gamer. He plays games. And when you get, I know he hasn't had much time to talk here, but when you get into talking about these games, Dave knows these games like Papa Brad and Tim, and we all play these games. That's what, we enjoy it, right?
Hey, if I don't know, I'm going to go find out.
Right.
Thanks for joining us, Chris. And with that, I'm gonna close this out. I do want to introduce what we're gonna do next. iiRcadians.
This is Papa Brad's Gaming with a walking sock from Old Town Slidell to celebrate 2,000 subscribers. Let's get it started. First place on our journey today is the Old Town Soda Shop. This is a old-fashioned, old-time soda shop. It's like you walked back into the 50s. Check out this cool Godzilla pinball poster in the window. What great nostalgia. You walk through the door, lead it to an old-time jukebox, an old-fashioned candy and ice cream soda shop. Which when you sneak in the back, we have some pinballs. Here we have a Stern Pro Godzilla pinball table in the wild. This ice cream shop has 3 beautiful newer Sterns. Godzilla. Force is strong in this one. Of course, this is Star Wars. Another good Stern pin. Stranger Things. So you got 3 great Stern pins right in a row. Check out that Demogorgon. Then we have a Williams Classic, Congo. You ever played Congo? This is a really fun pinball. One of the cool things is it has a gorilla inside the playfield, underneath that glass. Part of the play mechanics is you can activate the gorilla. Hey, Papa Brad. You have a rock and roll game, a Chicago coin shootout. It's a real rifle game. Come in the next room, we got a cool modern driving game called Dirty Driving. Got a Data East Speed Buggy. And one of the first Raw Thrills games, Target Terror. This is a fun little hideaway to play some pinball. Hidden in Slidell, Louisiana, Old Town, in the soda shop. You would never expect to find this here. It's a cool little oasis. Here we have some big buck hunting, big buck world. 1 of 2 gun games. I did have a delicious malt. It was awesome, as you would expect in this classic soda shop. They know how to make a good malt, that's for sure. Look at all the ice cream scoops. You can't fix stupid. Very well said. And you have lots of goodies. You have a classic candy counter. Look at this candy display. How cool is that? I love this place. If you're ever in Old Town Slidell, check it out. After playing some awesome modern Stern pinball and enjoying a delicious chocolate malt, it's time to hit the streets of Old Town Slidell on the search for pizza and pinball. You never know what you're going to find when you come to Old Town Slidell. Old Town Pizza is very good. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all my subscribers for joining my channel, to thank the many friends that have helped me on my YouTube journey. people like Brooklyn Menace, Jeff Rainwater, CT Jason, Mikey J Productions, T McCloskey, Kevgret, Nix at Nix Reviews on YouTube. Drop him a sub. Special thanks to Kristen Steps of Steps Gaming. Congratulations on 1,000 subscribers. Thank you to some of the icons that really motivated me to get into YouTube, such as Michael B. the Game Genie, and of course, P-Dubs is legit. Let's continue on to my favorite haunt, the Electric Avenue Bar and Arcade. Let's play some pinball. This is one of my favorite all-time pinball tables. Deadpool by Stern. It's kind of a combination of some elements from modern pinball with some of the great elements that I love out of classic pinball from the 80s era. This is a beautiful pinball table. And one of the reasons that I love coming to Electric Avenue is they have this machine, and on Monday nights, it's free play. Cheers. It's never too late to start being positive. Start talking about the things you love and not the things you hate. Time for some special shout outs. I'm going to start with Punk Rock Dave, Don Juan, Carl O, Mikey U. Thank you so much. Video Game Vegas, Obsidian Contraption, Chris McCloy, Goofyfoot, Paul Barnes, Ichabod Crane, Jong Shin, Hobby Hands, Rhea the Glimmering Harpy, Herb Wars, Ritual Dello, Gregory, The Rexer Show, Super Metal Gamer Man, Made in Canada, Sacro, Tony C, Biggie D's Gaming, Mr. Home Arcade, Outrun the Neon Sun, Retro Oblivion, and Tim's Tiny Arcade. Thank you so much. Looking at a Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles pinball machine. It's got a spinning pizza in the middle of it. Very cool. This brings me back to what I love about this amazing hobby of ours. You know, going to a real arcade or real locations that have pinball machines that you can play on location. Modern Stearns, classic Williams pinballs, you know, great classic arcade video games, you know, like some of the games I'm about to show. This was at the heart of why I started Papa Brad's Gaming. And the wonderful thing is that we get to experience some of this fun now at home. And it doesn't matter what brand you use to play arcade games at home. I mean, one of the great things is we have so much choice right now. We live in a golden age of home arcade. These games that were reserved as monuments and arcades. Now we can play them all at home through emulation, through commercial products. Look at this high score on Miss Pac-Man. Pretty amazing. But, you know, playing the real machines is always what it comes back to. Look at the size of this CRT monitor. You know, I have a deep appreciation for real arcade games. And I just love it when I get to go on location and play these games out in the wild. Here's one I haven't seen in a while. Check out this Duck Hunt from Nintendo. Pretty cool. Am enjoying my Send-In light gun. Another classic that you really can only play in an arcade is Paperboy with the handlebars and the unique controls. Looking at Rampage World Tour. And of course, no barcade is complete without an amazing golden tee. Ready to go is your number pad. Look at all that space around that trackball. This is the real deal. Shout out to the Rexer Show in Kevgret. Your number pad. Lots of space in that run up so you can play some real golden tee. Look at that party zone just hanging out there. Happy Juice. What a wonderful evening down here in Old Town. Playing some pinball, having a couple beers. Celebrating 2,000 subscribers. To my viewers, thank you very much. I appreciate you subscribing and sticking with Papa Brad's Gaming. Thank you. A special shout out to all the people that have been part of the iiRcadians. It's been an amazing journey. Another special shout out to my good friend Brooklyn Menace and the Friday Night Arcade Show, where we come together and play games as a community. And lastly, a shout out to T. McCloskey for a brand new show that I'm doing with him called Arcade Talk. Come check it out. I think you might like it. Arcade Talk comes on Thursdays. This has been Papa Brad reminding you to always stay legit.